The Owen Sound Transportation Company began the Tobermory-South Baymouth ferry service in 1930. In 1931, the Owen Sound Transportation Company applied to the province for an exclusive franchise for the ferry service. It was granted, and in 1932, the MS Normac started on the ferry run. She could transport 66 passengers and had staterooms for 40. She could also carry 18 automobiles and 200 tons of freight. In 1946, the company built the Norisle, the first new passenger vessel constructed on the Great Lakes since 1911. She could handle 50 automobiles per trip, and during her first season, the Norisle carried almost 13,000 vehicles and more than 40,000 people. By 1963, that number had grown to nearly 20,000 vehicles and 60,000 passengers. Due to long delays at both Tobermory and South Baymouth, the Little Normac was added to the service during the busy summer months. Even with the two vessels, they could not cope with traffic. Constructed in 1949 for the Turkey Trail, the Norgoma joined the ferry service, replacing the smaller Normac. From 1964 until 1973, the two ships worked to keep the service in operation, but still the lineups grew. Finally, in 1974, the Ontario government purchased the service and commissioned the Chi-Cheemaun to be built at the Collingwood shipyards. Ann Kelly, whose father Osborne Long was skipper of the Norisle for 30 years, had a favorite story.
When anybody saw my dad coming off a ship, or on ship, they would approach him and remind him that they had sailed with him on the roughest voyage the Norisle had ever made. And Dad said to the family, if all those people were aboard the Norisle on the roughest voyage, she'd never gotten out of the harbor.
So what's your favorite story of an Owen Sound Transportation Company vessel? We invite you to share with us at www.waterfrontheritage.ca.